What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Small Feet Big Heat. If it is your first time touching down on this channel, we talk sneakers, we talk streetwear, and everything in between. I pulled up a bunch of sneaker releases. There's some Reebok, Nike, Adidas, Jordan brand. So there's something for everyone. But of course, with the state of the world that we're in right now, some of these sneaker releases have been delayed. The first delayed sneaker we're going to jump into is the University Red Dunk Low. Now, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm still hurt over my Ben & Jerry's L. So every time I see a pair of Dunks, it stings, okay? It stings just a little bit, but I'll get over it eventually. And this is actually a pretty clean pair. If you're a reseller, this is definitely a must cop, a full send as they say. The hype around Dunks is at an all-time high right now, but if I can cop this pair for retail, I will. However, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready to pay that $300, $325 resale for these. I just don't know. I might want to put that money towards another shoe that I like better. Next up is the Air Jordan 6 Hair, which will actually be releasing on Wednesday if you're interested in picking it up this coming Wednesday. So if you want that shoe, definitely set your alarm. Sneakers app, 10 a.m. on Wednesday. I personally am gonna pass. I'm a big fan of the Hair 7s. I actually still have my pair from the Countdown pack in 2008. I will not be going for the Hair 6s. I just feel like if I really wanted another pair of hairs, I can use that money to pick up a 2015 pair of Hair 7s, and that's just what I would do personally. But if you want the Hair 6s, it is still a clean colorway. It's just personal preference. Also pushed back was the Air Jordan 5 Top 3. I'm not a fan of this one. I don't think that it's an ugly shoe, but I do think it's just a little corny. Like, just a little corny. Just a little bit. Looking at these sneakers really reminds me of like the swag era of the 2000s. I mean, colored skinny jeans, snapbacks, random Mickey Mouse hands all over your sweatshirts. Don't feel attacked. I was right there with you, except for the colored skinny jeans. I can never get behind that, but you get what I'm saying. That's kind of the era that these sneakers remind me of. So I'm gonna pass on them, but I can see people who really like them, especially the details that I think are corny, other people may really like. Like the different names of the shoes on the back of the tongue. I personally think that's cheesy, but other people may really like it. That's the great thing about this sneakerhead shit, is that everybody has their own style, and at the end of the day, buy what you like. Now, a pair of sneakers that I really like that other people don't seem to be feeling is the Air Jordan 3 Animal Instinct, which was also recently pushed back. I really want this pair. I feel like people are sleeping on it. If this shoe said Travis Scott, people would be going crazy for it, but that's just the nature of the game. There's no hype behind this shoe, and so it's kind of flying below the radar, which is fine. It should make my pair easier to cop. I've actually been thinking about copping an early pair, but I do think it's going to be pretty easy to get come release day. But if you ask me, this pair has everything. It has texture, pops of color, extra laces, and the materials better be on point for that $250 they want. The Nike Space Hippy pack was also supposed to be releasing but was postponed. Now, these sneakers are labeled 1 through 4. None of them look particularly comfortable if you ask me, but 3 does look the most interesting. 1, 2, and 4 look like regular Nike trainers just made out of recycled materials. 3 definitely looks the most unique, interesting, kind of almost looks like a Presto. But even then, I have some concerns. Like I said, comfort is one of them, but also on number 3, parts of the sneaker just look a little delicate. There's a string involved in there somewhere. You have like a pull tab in the front across the foot of the shoe. I don't know how long the pieces would actually hold up. Now, moving on to upcoming releases and what we have to look forward to for the rest of June. Nike is coming at us with this Supernova 2020 pack. This pack includes an Air Max 90, an Air Max Plus, and an Air Max 270 React. We already know I'm not big on the 270 React. The sneakers in the pack look cool, but it's not something I must have. I actually am getting a little tired of seeing Galaxy shoes. I think Nike should shelf the idea for a little bit, put it on the shelf, put it away for a while, and come back strong when they have something new to show us in terms of Galaxy shoes. Another pack coming from Nike, the Be True 2020 pack. If you're not familiar with Be True, it's a pack that Nike seems to do every year in support of the LGBT community. Now, I am all for the cause, of course, but these shoes, they look like kid shoes. They look like kid shoes. That's my honest opinion. Yeah, I'm not really feeling any of them. The Air Forces, I'm a big Air Force fan, and even those look like kid shoes to me. I'm not sure what it is. It's not the rainbows or the silhouettes. It's just really the execution that kind of makes it look kiddish to me. I really liked last year's collection, but this year's collection I'm gonna have to pass on. Let's get away from talking about Nike for a little while and show some love to another brand we don't talk about a lot on this channel, but I actually do like their stuff, and that is Reebok. Reebok will be releasing 2 pairs of Question lows this June. There's an ice pair and there's a vivid orange pair. I'm personally more of a fan of the Reebok Question mid. I don't really like the lows as much, so I'm gonna pass on these, but I do think the colorways are fire, especially for summer, and the fact that they're lows. These with some shorts, clean, easy fits. Also coming at us in June from Reebok are 2 colorways of their Kamikaze 2. There's a black and white colorway, and there's also like a USA red, white, and blue colorway. Now the black and white colorway is a classic, but people really do usually go hard for like the USA red, white, and blue colorways. I don't know if the current state of the world is going to change that a little bit and make people shy away from it, but either way, both of these colorways are hard. Speaking of USA colorways, the Reebok Shaqnosis will also be getting a red, white, and blue treatment coming this June. The Adidas and Prada collab we've been hearing about is finally coming to fruition. From what I've seen, there are 3 sneakers. Now, I'm not gonna say that they're lazy. I don't think that they're lazy. I think they took a classic model and gave it more of a clean, high-end kind of vibe. I can see these being worn with slim dress pants, maybe even a cropped pair of dress pants and some blazer action. These feel like they were made for dressy dinner, fancy rooftop kind of flex. The leather quality better be amazing for that $450 that they're asking for, and at the end of the day, that's really why I'm not gonna cop. I'm not gonna pay $450 for some Adidas superstars, because that's what they are at the end of the day, whether you dress them up or dress them down. I think it's a clean shoe. I think the collab is dope. Unpopular opinion, but I'm not gonna pay $450 for it. Also coming from Adidas are these Adidas ZX 2K 4D sneakers. Now, I know from looking into 4D for a while now and looking to cop a pair that there's definitely more interesting designs than this one, and they currently even go for under retail. So I would definitely check out some other 4D models before you go ahead and pay full price for this one. Can't forget about Yeezy. Of course, they have their own plans for June. Now, first, let's talk about this rumor of a possible 350 Zebra restock. I did hear about the restock. I read a little bit about it, and it seems like if they do restock, it will be a restock for Asia. I really don't get the hype around 350s. At this point, there's a million colorways and they all look the same to me, but I guess there's someone out there right now saying the same shit about Jordan 1s. So to each his own. A sneaker that I'm actually interested in coming from Yeezy is the Yeezy Quantum Basketball in this barium colorway. It basically looks like an olive green from what I've seen, and I still do really want to try out a Yeezy Quantum. I think it kind of looks cool. It's different. It's kind of ugly, but it's also cool at the same time, and I want to at least give it a try. The Yeezy Foam Runner is also supposed to be releasing this June. Now, I get it, it's Yeezy's version of a Croc, but I don't even wear Crocs, so comfy as they may be, it's a no for me. Of course, I have to talk about Jordan Brand and what they have planned for the rest of June. And first up, we're going to get into this Air Jordan 1 woman's tie-dye. Now, of course, it being women's doesn't mean anything. If men want it, they're gonna go for it, and it will come in extended sizing. I think these are dope. They're different, and in terms of them being a woman's Jordan, I'm glad that they're giving us something other than the pink it and shrink it. The only reason these aren't a definite cop for me is I just don't know how often I would wear a tie-dye Jordan 1, so I'm on the fence about this one, but it is a solid shoe. Now, this next sneaker I knew would come eventually. Jordan Brand has a habit of doing something right, tweaking it a little bit, and then serving it up again as something new because it worked so well the first time. And I'm talking about the Air Jordan 3 in that royal blue colorway. I like the red a lot better. I think it hits way harder than the blue. The blue upper on these just gives me Smurf, gross sister. I don't really like it, but just as hard as I'm fighting for the red pair right now, there's someone out there who strongly feels the opposite and is gonna fight tooth and nail that the blue is the better shoe. Last but definitely not least is this Air Jordan 1 Mocha, which was immediately labeled the broke man's Travis Scott. Now, in my personal opinion, whether the Jordan 1 looks like the Travis Scott or not, any brown Jordan 1 from now on is gonna get that label, simply because there's not a lot of brown Jordan 1s. Now there's some mock-ups for this shoe that look pretty boring and pretty plain, but I came across some leaked photos that actually made the shoe look pretty fire. I'm gonna be on the fence until I see the shoe in its final form, until Nike puts out their official photos. But for right now, if it looks like the leaked photos that I saw, I think it's gonna be fire. And that's all I have as far as June 2020 releases. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, show a small YouTuber some love. We're almost to 1K subscribers, and I'll catch you all in the next one.